Hello friends, I am Amit Khanna and I welcome you to Medicinal Chemistry tutorial. In Medicinal Chemistry tutorial, our objective is to make the structures, synthesis, IUPAC and SAR, these things easy to understand for the students. See, the problem with chemistry is once we read so much, we forget it. Right? I read it one day and I forget it another day. And therefore, the objective and the soul and the core part of our videos is we are trying to cover one concept per video so that it will be easy for the students to retain and practice. Right? So we will start with the sympathomimetic agents, which is mentioned in the B Pharm semester 4th of the medicinal chemistry. So as I mentioned, structures, like if I talk about the sympathomimetic agents, there are many molecules to cover. So if I'll tell all those molecules in the single video, it will be very difficult for us to understand and retain those things. So we'll go step by step. The concrete steps we will take every time. So after the structures, we will go to the IUPAC name, right? So our first objective will be we should be able to make the structures of the compounds. Once we make the structure of the compound, the next is we should be able to give the IUPAC nomenclature of that compound. Then the third objective will be to understand the structure activity relationship, how the drug binds to the receptor, and what if we do some change in the structure of that molecule, how it's going to affect the activity at that particular receptor, right? So that is what we are going to understand. And then finally we will be taking up the synthesis part. So what we will not cover in our videos is the detailed mechanism of action. We will not cover about the side effects or the adverse effect profiles. We will purely cover the chemistry aspect of sympathomimetic agents, as I mentioned here, from the structure to synthesis, and that too we will take the baby steps for easy learning and easy retention. Now, if you look to the syllabus of the sympathomimetic agents, right? So these are the directly acting agents, right? And then you have the indirectly acting agents. So to start with, we are focusing first on the directly acting agents part. And in this, there are around 14 molecules which are mentioned here to study. And out of these molecules, in this video, we will be covering the three molecules, that is we'll be covering norepinephrine, we'll be covering epinephrine, and we will be covering dopamine. So we will learn. So friends, in this video, we will understand the basic structures of dopamine, epinephrine, and norepinephrine. Stay tuned to the last part, because in the end of the video, I will be giving you a mind map where whatever we will discuss in our video, you will understand it in a very easy process in the summary form. So stay tuned up to the end of the video. Right. So friends, epinephrine and norepinephrine, they both belong to the class of compounds which is known as the catecholamines. Now this is their chemistry classification. They belong to the class of catecholamines. So as you can see here, this is the sympathetic nervous system neuron, and in the postsynapse, the neurotransmitter NE represents the norepinephrine, and EPI, now it represents the epinephrine. Right. So if we understand the basic structure of catecholamine, why they have given this name catecholamine, if we understand this part, it will be easy for us to make the structures of dopamine, epinephrine and norepinephrine, and later on other compounds, other molecules mentioned under the sympathomimetic agents. So our first job is to understand the basic structure of catecholamine, and in that also let's first focus on the first part, that is catechol. You can see this word is made up of two parts, catechol and amines. So first we will focus on the catechol part. So to draw catechol, let's go stepwise. First we have to draw a benzene ring. We all know how to draw a benzene ring. Now this is easy. So start with drawing a benzene ring. You draw a benzene ring. Second is add one OH group to it. So to the benzene ring, we add one OH group. So once we add OH group to benzene, now this is a structure of phenol. Now, where we have added OH, now you spot the next two positions just next to this OH group. Now this is one carbon next to this OH, and this is another carbon next to the carbon where OH is attached. So we have two positions just next to it. Okay, so you pick up any one position and add another OH group. So you have, let's pick this position and we add. So let's pick this position and we add one more OH group to this position. Now this is the structure of catechol. So once we have drawn the structure of catechol, now the next part is to complete the amine part. So once we know the structure of catechol, we learn the structure of amine part, we fuse these two, so the structure, the basic skeleton of catecholamine will be ready. So let's go with the amine part. So as you know, amine part, as the name says, it will contain N. So amine part will contain N. Now, this is what we understood as of now. This is the catechol part, a benzene with the two OH just next to each other. Okay. Now, we have to make the amino part. The amine part, how we are going to make it is, the amine part basically consists of two carbons and one nitrogen. Now, this is the amine part which is to be attached to the catechol part. Right? So you have amine part which is made up of chain of two carbon atoms and one amino group. So now you know the catechol and now you know the amine part. Don't go by the valency now. The idea is to give you the two parts, the catechol as well as the amine part. Right? So whenever we say a basic structure of catecholamine, so you have one catechol part, one amine part, made up of two carbon and one nitrogen. Now this is the amine part. So let's make a catecholamine basic structure by fusing the catechol and the amine part. Okay, so in catechol, let's fuse it. In catechol, you choose any one OH group. So let's say we choose this OH group, the yellow highlighted one. We choose this OH group, and from there you start counting the carbon. Now this is carbon number 1, 2 and 3, right? So you choose any one OH and from there you start counting up to 3, and where you stop, where on the third carbon you have to add that amine part, right? So on the third carbon we will be adding that amine part, that is CCN. So we have the catechol part and we have the amine part, right? So that makes a catechol amine. So we understood. I am sure we are clear with the fusion of catechol and amine. From OH you give the number, you come to the third carbon, okay, and add the amine part. So this is your catecholamine. So let's make, now here is our first revision point. How we made the structure of catechol? Very easy. So we made the structure of catechol. We have drawn a benzene ring. Okay. Then we have drawn one OH group to make phenol. And then we have drawn another OH group just next to it to make it as a catechol. This is the structure of catechol. Now revision point 2, how we made the structure of catecholamine. Okay, so we have drawn the structure of catechol. So this is the structure of catechol. Okay, and then we have added the amine part CCN on 1, 2 on the third carbon, that is 1, 2, 3 on the third, right? So we draw catechol, we have added the amine part. So this makes the basic skeleton of catecholamine. So I'm sure friends, now you have understood the basic makeup of the catecholamine, and now we are ready to draw the structures of dopamine, norepinephrine and epinephrine. These all three together, they are called as the catecholamines. So moving forward, all of you know this. The valency of carbon is 4 and the valency of nitrogen is 3. So let's start. So this is the basic structure of catecholamine. All of you know it now. So in the catechol part, no problem. In the amine part, let's complete the valency of the carbon and nitrogen with H. Now let's start with this carbon. The valency of carbon should be 4, 1, 2. So we have to add 2 more hydrogen here, 3 and 4. Now come to the next carbon, 1, 2, this is 3 and this is 4. And this is nitrogen, one valency is completed by the bond. So we have to add 2H here. So nitrogen also got the 3 valency, 1, 2 and 1, 3. So in the catechol nucleus, the skeleton that we studied, we have just completed the valency of the side chain carbon, carbon, nitrogen with this carbon, carbon and nitrogen with the hydrogens. Okay, and congratulations, you have just made the structure of dopamine. This is the structure of dopamine. Isn't it easy? Now moving forward. Now this is the structure of dopamine. All of you know it. Now start counting the carbons from the side chain, from the ring side. In the side chain. Now this is your side chain. Okay. Now you start counting the carbons in the side chain from the ring side. So if you start counting from here, this will be your carbon number. This will be your this will be your carbon number 1 and this will be your carbon number 2. Now in the carbon number 1, you can see there are 2 hydrogens in the carbon number 1. Okay. Now in this, out of these 2 hydrogen, what we have to do is we have to replace one hydrogen. You remove this one hydrogen, we have to replace this hydrogen with OH group, right? So in the first carbon from the side chain, if you remove one hydrogen and if you add one OH there, okay, so your new structure will be this one. So you can see the change in the structure. In the first carbon, instead of one H, the new OH has come. So friends, you are doing wonderful. You have just made the structure of norepinephrine. Isn't it easy? So revision point 3. How do we make the structure of dopamine and norepinephrine? So let's do it again. Okay. So this is the basic skeleton of catecholamine. You draw the basic skeleton of catecholamine. How you draw the basic skeleton of catecholamine? Now this is the basic, this is catechol. 1, 2, 3. On the third, I have added the amine part. And in the amine part, what I have done is I have completed the valency of carbon and the nitrogen. Okay, so carbon has 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, nitrogen has 1, 2, 3. I have completed the valency. Okay, and here you got the structure, complete the valency, and here is the structure of dopamine. So this is your dopamine. Okay, this is dopamine. Now what to do, how we made norepinephrine from dopamine? Very easy. So how we did that is in the dopamine, in the side chain, the first carbon we replaced one H with OH, and this becomes the structure of norepinephrine. Easy, right? So from dopamine, we can easily make the structure of norepinephrine. So let's move forward. I'm sure you are enjoying and it's easy. Let's make the structure of epinephrine. Now in the structure of norepinephrine, friends, please focus on the amino group part. Now this is the amino group part, NH2. Now this is the whole side chain, the amine part. In this I am focusing on the amino group, NH2. How many hydrogen nitrogen is having? 2 hydrogen, 1 and 2. So you can see the 2 hydrogen. Now what you are supposed to do here is you have to replace 1 hydrogen. You pick any one, you replace this 1 hydrogen, okay, and you add 1 methyl group here, CH3. So in the nitrogen, you have to replace 1 nitrogen with a methyl group. So your new structure will look something like this. The structure of norepinephrine, and in the nitrogen, 1 hydrogen is replaced by CH3. So friends, you have just made the structure of epinephrine. So we come to the revision point 4 of our video, how we made the structure of epinephrine. Okay, so very easy. We have to first make the structure of norepinephrine. How we are going to do that? Make catechol. Now it's easy, yes, isn't it? You make one catechol, then the amine part, okay, and we have to draw the structure of norepinephrine. So you know, in the norepinephrine, in the first carbon you have OH group, okay, in the first carbon you have OH group, rest all is you have H, NH2. So we have drawn the structure of norepinephrine, and what we have to do is in the amino part we have to replace 1 hydrogen. We have to replace 1 hydrogen with the methyl group CH3, right? So this is how we make the structure of norepinephrine. So friends, this is the unique point of our videos where we will be giving you the mind map, so that whatever we have studied, that could be linearly fixed into our mind. So how we have done, this will summarize the whole video. We started with the benzene, we made phenol. From the phenol we made one extra OH to made it as a catechol, and from catechol we made the catecholamine. Okay, so this whole can be seen like this. So you made benzene, you made phenol, then you made catechol, then you fix the amine part to make catecholamine, right? And then from the catecholamine you completed the valency of this CCN with H, and you got the structure of dopamine. From dopamine, what you have done is you have replaced 1 hydrogen with OH in the first carbon. Here in the first carbon you replaced 1 hydrogen with the OH, and you got the structure of norepinephrine. And what you have done in the norepinephrine, then finally here in the N you have got 2H. So 1H is replaced by CH3 group here to make the structure of epinephrine, right? So friends, as per the PCI syllabus for B Pharmacy, there are 14 structures to be studied for directly acting sympathomimetic amines. So for better understanding of the structures, we have bunched them into 4 groups. So in the group 1, we have just finished structures of dopamine, non-epinephrine and epinephrine. I am sure you must have enjoyed it. And in our next video, we will learn the structures of the first group, another 3 structures of the first group, that is phenylephrine, methyl dopa and isoproterenol. Right? So friends, do subscribe to our channel Medicinal Chemistry Tutorial. Do like it, do share it with your friends, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you will be notified as soon as we publish our next video. Happy learning, best wishes to all of you.